What's up, Fish Tank TV? It's Q doing an update on the 38 gallon. Just got some new plants. I wanted to show you guys how the tank's doing, how the plants, why I got some plants and everything. I just figured I'd go out shopping today, get some plants, you know. And I got the biggest, coolest one, I think, is this one right here. It's a Nubius. It's a Nubius hastifolia. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's got really neat looking leaves. They're like triangle kind of club looking leaves. I planted it right on the base of that driftwood right there. So the rhizome's out of the soil, the roots are kind of going into it. Not the best quality plant. I went to PetSmart and I got this plant. I mean, it had dead leaves on it. The roots aren't all that. So I hope it does okay. If not, I mean, you know, I only paid like $3 for it. So that's that. The second plant I got is hornwort. It had some cool looking flowery things on it. I guess it's hornwort. I mean, that's what it is right there. And the reason why I got it is because it was only $1. And I wanted something to go in between. I wanted something darker to go in between the two different types of Ludwigia. So I've got the narrow leaf on this side, and I've got the rippins on this side, which you can kind of see the difference. This side, I mean, they have narrow leaves, and the rippins has a broader leaf. And but it kind of flowed together, which I liked, because most of the time, like, this stuff would go this way and this stuff would go that way. But I wanted a darker plant right here in the middle to kind of grow up, and I'll keep it trimmed down pretty low. That way it creates depth into the tank. You notice how, like, the driftwood is kind of talking about an aquascape, but you notice how this driftwood comes up from the side. This driftwood kind of curves around here, around this plant. So it's kind of creating this depth right here. And with the Ludwigia coming up on either side, it creates a cool effect. The swords are hopefully going to grow in a lot more on the sides. I did take out some plants. I want to talk about that in a second. I had a rock with some Java fern, Windelov, like lace Java fern, something like that. And I took that out of that place. I actually stuck it behind there. Behind that sword. I think I might move it over a little bit, kind of put it like right here, fill that little spot in. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it because I don't want to mess anymore in the tank. It's kind of cloudy. My angels are all freaked out. All my fish are kind of like, what the heck. But it's getting about time actually to do some maintenance on here. I gotta clean the filter out, clean the intake, stuff like that. Maybe cut some plants, some other plants besides the Ludwigia. But anyway, getting back to the plants. So I got the hornwort right here to create depth in the middle. Hopefully that's going to grow up good. It's going to kind of be the darker centerpiece in there between those two plants, and it also separates the plants out. There is a gap in between there, so I did have space to put it in there, and I had space in between these two, and they were separated. But I want something besides emptiness to kind of separate it. So, and plus it'll help with the water anyway. It grows nuts out here, so I wanted to try it out. The other new plants I got, can't see them right now. They're water lilies. I have one in this corner right here. It's coming out of the gravel or the sand a little bit. And I have one right here. I said to plant 3/4 underneath the soil and 1/3 or 1/4 above, something like that. So I left a little bit coming out of the sand. Hopefully it'll create a cool effect, closing the tank in. I'll have some lily coming up over this way, lily coming up over this way. The biggest reason why I got those is because I'm hoping to get something that's going to come up and be on top of the water. That way I can have some shade for the angels. For right now, the angels are really they don't really have a place to go to get out of the light. The other fish do, but they're getting so big that they don't really have a place to go anymore besides like the swords. So I'm trying to get broader leaf plants to grow. So this is it's just an update of what's going on as far as plants. I know I've been saying I'm going to take this down and everything, and it's going to happen. It's just I have a lot to deal with, you know, and trying to deal with all that. I just gotta say, I love this sword right here. This sword has just grown tremendously. I really need to trim the outside leaves of it so it can grow up really nice, but I love that. It's kind of like the centerpiece. The two on the side are doing pretty good too. The biggest thing right now is I need to close off this corner. I'm gonna leave. I was hoping that this narrow leaf micro sword would grow in. I was hoping it would like kind of like create a plant, like a grassy kind of effect, like the chainsaw does over here. I was hoping that would do the same thing on this side, and I'd like have enough to plant over here, but I can't get that stuff to grow. Can't get it to grow at all, and don't hate me on that. I just stuck that there for a second because it was in here and it fell out when I was messing with the plant, so I just stuck it there. I'm just going to leave it because I don't want to go back in the tank. But I was hoping that I could get this stuff to grow more, but it grows so slow, and I have a hard time growing it in here. I don't have a lot of CO2 in here, so but I might take some of this and put it over there. The sag, it's growing great. I actually took out, because I had some of it was growing like way back in there, and I took that and I uprooted it and put it back over here to get it a little bit thicker. And I like that little effect. Kind of gives a cool effect. Other than that, not much has really changed. I took some plants out. There was wisteria over here in this corner, and I took that out and changed it out with the Anubias right there. I switched the native Ludwigia that I found. It's right there now. It was over here, but I decided to put. I'm trying to get all my plants in the same kind of space. I actually put the wisteria that was over there in my other tank. I put some of the hornwort that I got in my other tank, and I put when I got this Anubias, there was a little one, and I kind of broke that off and put it in the other tank as well. That way I can get some more plants in there, kind of going, lower light plants, you know. But so this video is getting pretty long, so I'm going to shut up now. Shout out to fishtanktv.com, everybody on the chat, doing great. Shane, I'm liking those subscriber exposed videos. Those are pretty cool. Getting people's names out there, that's really neat. Hopefully he'll do one on me someday. But yeah, just a big shout out to everybody on the chat. Everybody's keeping it real. So talk to you later, fishtanktv.com. Peace.